Hello guys and welcome back to Best Car Picks. Nissan's new crossover-shaped Leaf, which launches in Australia next year, will get a range that's dramatically longer than its hatchback predecessors. The second-generation Leaf hatch had a range of only 385 kilometers on the WLTP cycle from its biggest 62 kWh battery. The new Leaf will stretch that to an impressive 604 kilometers. That's thanks to a new 75 kWh battery which uses revamped chemistry and battery conditioning technology over that of the old model, whose basic battery design dated back to 2010 in the original Leaf. The third-generation Leaf also drops the awkward CHAdeMO charging socket and embraces CCS charging, giving it a maximum charging speed of 150 kilowatts on a high-power DC connection. Nissan says that this allows the new Leaf to add up to 417 kilometers of extra range in just 30 minutes of charging. That big battery Leaf will doubtless be considerably more expensive than the outgoing hatchback model, but there will also be a more affordable entry-level version, featuring a 52 kWh battery, a still impressive 436 kilometers range and 105 kilowatts fast charging. The battery heating and cooling system, and it's now liquid-cooled, rather than the air cooling of the old Leaf, is fully integrated into the car's cabin heating and air conditioning, meaning that heat can be shuffled around to where it's needed most. There's also a standard heat pump for the big battery model to further improve efficiency. It's optional with the smaller battery. The new Leaf's extra range isn't just down to its battery. There has also been a focus on improving the car's aerodynamics. That's in spite of the fact this new Leaf is a crossover rather than a hatchback. It's 10 mm taller now, but actually slightly shorter overall, and features a very sleek roof and a cut-off cam-style tail. There are pop-out flush-fit door handles for the front doors, and hidden handles in the C-pillar for the rear doors, as well as an active air intake at the front and an almost fully enclosed underbody. That all makes for a drag coefficient of just 0.25. It allows Nissan to claim that at highway speeds of 130 km per hour, the big battery Leaf can keep going for up to 330 km, leaving it with a 25 km reserve to find a charging point. There's a choice of power outputs including a 160 kilowatts motor for the big battery Leaf, and a 130 kilowatts motor for the 52 kWh version. However, performance has actually suffered a bit, and the fastest new Leaf is fractionally slower than the outgoing model, taking 7.4 seconds to reach 100 km per hour from rest. In spite of the new Leaf being slightly shorter than the old one, space in the cabin has actually been improved, thanks to the greater packaging efficiencies of the electric-focused CMF-EV platform, shared with the Nissan Ariya as well as the Renault Megane E-Tech and Scenic E-Tech. There's an extra 80 mm of rear legroom, plus 40 mm of extra shoulder room. There's even, in spite of the sleek roof, 30 mm more headroom. This is in part thanks to the clever electrochromatic glass roof, which dims at the touch of a button, and does so in segments so you can pick and choose the levels of light coming into the cabin. The glass roof is also infrared absorbing, so there's no need for a sun blind, and this has allowed Nissan to lower the roof by 12 mm without impacting rear headroom, which further helps the Leaf's aerodynamics. The boot is also bigger at 427 liters, and there's a handy adjustable boot floor, borrowed from the Qashqai. There's space under the boot floor for charging cables, and the rigid parcel shelf also fits under the adjustable floor for when you want to tumble the back seats. There are 2 ISOFIX points in those back seats, but there isn't a third in the front passenger seat. Prices haven't yet been set, and sales won't start until well into 2026 anyway. The new Leaf will likely be much more expensive than the old model, although Nissan says that it's going to try to entice existing Leaf owners, 700,000 of them worldwide, with pricing and specification to suit their pockets. Hope you enjoyed the video. Do subscribe for more such interesting content. Thank you for watching my video.